Hi. The concept 6 that we have here is pretty basic. It says there is if there is a change in the numerator or the denominator, then how would the new fraction turn out to be? So if I need to find out what the new fraction is, and there is some operation which needs to be done on the left hand side on the original fraction. So there is a small formula that is given over here. If the numerator is increased or decreased by some x percent, and the denominator is increased or decreased by some x percent, then this operation, this is the operation which needs to be done on the original fraction to achieve the new fraction. Okay, if you're a formula person, if you're a formula guy, do remember it. If you're not a formula person, it's okay, it's completely fine. If you see very clearly, when I'm talking about the original, the spelling is a little wrong. Okay, in the original one, when we're talking about the numerator, it talks about x. When we're talking about the denominator, it talks about y. But if I reverse the roles, if I send it to the other side, from the left hand side to the right hand side, or vice versa, the against the new fraction, then the denominator comes up and the numerator goes down. Okay, you'll better be able to understand. You'll be able to understand it better with the help of the examples, with the help of the other two questions which are coming up. It says if a numerator of a fraction is be increased by 50% and its denominator be diminished by 28%, the value of the fraction comes out to be 25 by 36. What is the original fraction? There's a small thing which I missed here. It says the x percent increase or the y percent increase, decrease or increase or whatever. Any operation on x or y cannot be solely done in terms of x and y. It has to be done with the help of 100 minus x or 100 plus x. Similarly, with 100 plus or minus y. Okay, remember this, there is a component of 100 which will always haunt you. It is always going to follow you because we are solving the chapter of percentages. Got it? The numerator of a fraction is decreased by 50%. That means 100 minus 50%, and the denominator be diminished by 28%. Denominator being diminished by 28% also means it is decreased by 28%. It is multiplied into x upon y, which is the old fraction, and the new fraction is 25 upon 36. This old fraction is also the original fraction. Is also the original fraction. So let me solve it quickly. 100 minus 50 is 50. 100 minus 28 is 72. Multiplied by x and y, like x upon y, then 25 by 36. 36 ones are, 36 twos are, 25 ones are, 25 twos are. Okay. I've committed a mistake. I've committed a mistake. No problem. No problem. Some of you might have seen me. Some of you might have caught me. 100 minus 50. It's not minus 50, it's plus 50 because the numerator of a fraction is being increased. Okay, it's 100 plus 50. So just look at how I'll mold the question with the same answer, with the same concept. Instead of this being 50, it's going to be 150. I divided it with the help of 25. 25 ones are 25 and 25 sixes are 150. Okay, so I'm still safe. 2 ones are 2 and 2 threes are 6. So x upon y comes out to be 1 by 3. Okay, x upon y comes out to be 1 by 3. This is the original fraction that we were looking for. Pretty simple, pretty easy. These questions have come in the examination, so I'm pretty sure they would still be asked again. Sorry. If the numerator of a fraction is increased by 12% and its denominator has been reduced by 8%, it gives a new fraction 16 upon 17. What is the original fraction? I'll come down to the result directly. Okay, the numerator of a fraction is increased by 12%. So it means it is 112, and the denominator is reduced by 8%. So it is 92. 100 minus 8 is 92. Okay, 100 plus 12 and 100 minus 8. So this is 16 upon 17. This gives me 112 divided by 92. Um, I can see a little bit of like 4 here. 4 fours are 16, and 4 twos are 8, and 4 eights are 32. Okay, how did I jump to 4 directly? If a number is divisible by 4, if a number is divisible by 4, the last two digits would also be divisible by 4. 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16. So I'm pretty sure that the entire number is divisible by 4, no matter what all digits are trailing on the left hand side or how big the number is. Similarly, for 2, we have to check the last digit. For 8, we have to check the last. We have to check the last. How many digits? 3 digits. For 16, we have to check the last 4 digits. No, two. One more power of 2. Yeah, for 16, you have to check the last 4 digits. So 4 ones are 4, 4 sevens are 28. Okay. Does 7 get cancelled over here? No. So x upon y is equal to 92 divided by 17 multiplied by 7. So 17 sevens are 119. You must recall the tables, and 92 remains here. So this is the answer that we've arrived to. Thank you so much. Concept 6 is done. Now we'll be moving on to concept 7. Thank you.